The most powerful person you've never voted for is currently deciding what the smartest machine in history is allowed to think. Not a president. Not a general. A tech CEO, and the question of whether to trust him is actually the wrong question. The right question is scarier: what happens if it doesn't matter? Sam Altman co-founded OpenAI in 2015. The pitch: a non-profit research lab ensuring artificial intelligence benefits all of humanity. Noble goal. Roughly as specific as a fortune cookie written by a philosopher who just discovered venture capital. Then came ChatGPT. Overnight, OpenAI became the fastest growing product in human history, 100 million users in 2 months. Altman, once described as the master of the soft sell, became the de facto spokesperson for the entire AI age. Suddenly everyone wanted to know, who is this guy, and why does he look so calm? Here's where the story gets structurally weird. OpenAI began converting from a non-profit into a capped profit, then into something closer to a full for-profit, with Altman positioned to hold equity worth potentially billions. A non-profit dedicated to humanity quietly became a very normal thing, a company with a CEO who has a lot to gain. There was also the 96-hour period in 2023 when OpenAI's board fired Altman, then rehired him after a staff revolt. The governance lesson the world took from that incident: the safety board exists primarily to make the websites about Page look responsible. The case for trusting Altman is genuinely interesting. He has testified before Congress about AI dangers, publicly called for regulation, and acknowledged on record that his company might be building something catastrophic for humanity. That is an unusual thing to say in a product launch. Most companies save the catastrophe warnings for the terms of service. The case against is equally interesting. Those same warnings position Altman as the responsible adult in the room while conveniently slowing competitors who lack his regulatory relationships. Calling for oversight you helped design, targeting technology only you currently have, aimed at competitors who haven't launched yet, is not altruism. It's chess. Played very, very well. But the deeper problem isn't Altman at all. It's what happens when civilization-scale technology is controlled by any single private entity. History has a word for when infrastructure this critical gets concentrated in one place. Several words, actually. None of them appear in a press release. Nuclear weapons required international treaties. The internet required governance frameworks developed over decades. AI currently requires a LinkedIn post and a board that reconvenes in 4 days. We've built the most consequential technology in human history and governed it with the institutional seriousness of a neighborhood HOA. Sam Altman may be exactly who he says he is, a true believer navigating an impossible situation with genuine care for the outcome. Or he may be the most sophisticated techno-optimist sales operation in history. The uncomfortable truth is that we've already outsourced the answer to him. And the most alarming part isn't that one man has this much power. It's that, so far, we've all quietly agreed that's fine. Strip away the biography and 3 things remain: a non-profit that became a company, a board that folded in 4 days, and a governance framework that hasn't caught up to the thing it's supposed to govern. Altman may be sincere, sincerity and self-interest are not mutually exclusive. But the structure underneath him is the real story. Civilization-scale technology, concentrated in a single private entity, governed by documents that can be revised over a long weekend. That's not a leadership problem. That's a design problem. And design problems don't get solved by trusting the right person. What strikes us isn't that one man has this much power. Power concentrates, that's not new. What strikes us is the silence around it. No treaty process. No constitutional moment. Just a product launch. And a polite agreement, across the entire species, to see how it goes. We don't think that makes Altman a villain. We think it makes the rest of us something more uncomfortable than that. So here's the question we can't shake: if we've already decided that one private company steering the most powerful technology in history is acceptable, what, exactly, are we saving our outrage for?